Hello, this is Tim Law with Playing It Forward Coaching, always encouraging self-reliance. If you develop a marketable skill, chase that skill with a solid work ethic. Always go the extra mile, develop people and communication skills. You'll be amazed on what you can accomplish in this world. Have a really neat young man here, Alek Payne, uh, graduated from Northeastern 2019. I hope I have that right, Alek. I believe that's when it was. And then just recently graduated from Shippensburg. So, Alek, tell us about your major there at Shippensburg and what you're looking forward to do here.
Hi, my name's Alek again. I graduated with a degree in chemistry with a concentration in forensics, as well as a minor in criminal justice.
Okay, and what were some of the main things that you learned as far as going off into college, Alek?
So when I was at college, I really had to learn how to be more independent when it came to being by myself. I had to pay for certain things I didn't normally have to when I was in high school. I had to find an apartment. There was a lot of independence when it came to high school, especially or to college, especially in the second half. So my junior and senior year, I was a lot more independent than I've really ever been my whole life. Along with that, I had to learn better habits during school. Compared to high school, college is completely different. It's not as much of a hand-holding situation where it's usually high school, they want you to graduate, but in college it's really you need to help yourself graduate. And it's a lot more independent work. And
yeah, it makes total sense. And what's ironic too is, and I've always used this kind of metaphor as far as college is concerned. This is no knock against
focusing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It cut out for a minute.
Yeah, I did see it did cut out. We can explain that in the going forward here. Hopefully I'll get to listen to it later. But anyway, in college, again, no knock against the high school kids at all that didn't go to college, but let's face it, you're involved. You're in there with a lot of mental greyhounds. You're in there with people that have successfully completed high school. A lot of them, doing extremely well. So if you could have like your ideal job or position going forward, Alek, what would you be shooting for?
So, like I said before, I had a concentration specifically in forensics. So I'd love to be a forensic chemist. That would be my dream job. I've had some applications in Harrisburg, but really love to be a forensic chemist, and eventually possibly a lab manager for forensic chemistry. And along with that, I think ideally I would want to go for a master's in some sort of forensic field. But right now I'm definitely looking for the forensic scientist position so I can get some experience before I go to a master's.
Sure. No, that makes total sense. Now we were talking a little bit off camera, and you said some of the things that you, kind of learned having to become more independent and that kind of thing. And you also, repeated those on camera. What, as far as advice to, let's say, high school juniors or seniors or even sophomores, what advice would you give them? Let's say, that they want to go on as far as school is concerned.
I would say that college is worth every cent, every day. It's definitely an experience you'll never get. Along with the education, as long as you know what you want to do, and even if you don't, it's okay. I would say college is great for everyone. You don't necessarily have to get a bachelor's, you can just get an associate's. But I think college as an experience and as an education is 100% worth it.
Yeah. Well, and ironically, with you going to Shippensburg, you were away from home, but it wasn't so far that it was, a real challenge or burden for, your family to come see you. So you kind of had the best of both worlds. Would you agree there?
Oh yeah, 100%. I loved how close I was to home. So if I ever needed to go back home for anything, or go home for Christmas and holidays and stuff like that, it wasn't a problem at all.
Sure. And now you obviously you went to Shippensburg with some of your Northeastern classmates. I know some of them were there. Who were some of the ones that were over there at school, that you already knew and everything?
One of them was Drake Myers. He's actually still going there as a graduate. but Drake and I lived together for 2 years in the dorms, and then we lived together off campus for a year.
Okay.
But during the in-dorm, my freshman year, I also lived with Eli Gross and Chris Moyer.
Okay, very good. And you know, hopefully they're happy with their graduation and everything like that. So you already gave some advice as far as younger people coming up, you know, with the great experience and everything. And I guess one other question that I might ask you here is, where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years, Alek?
Ideally, I would love to be in a position where I am a forensic scientist. And in those 5 years, I'd also like to be furthering my education more, either as a master's or possibly a PhD. I have no idea. We'll see how that goes, but I definitely want at least a master's.
Okay, yeah, we're having a little more trouble as far as the Wi-Fi is concerned. What I'm going to do is I will, you know, review this and everything, and if we might have to do a redo, but hopefully everything's going to work out okay here. Alek, any last second thoughts here?
I had a great time in college, and I'm sure those looking for it in the future will as well.
Very good.
Best of luck to everyone graduating.
Very good. Can you hang for a minute when we get done here, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Thanks, Alek. This has been great, and hopefully the Wi-Fi issue won't be too big of a distraction. We're going to find out. Okay. Thank you.